Hi everybody, this is Colleen from the Crafty Basement with card number 3 in our stamp set of the month for March called Tranquil Tulips. Hostess set, but I love it, so I wanted to make sure that you all got a chance to play with this like I did. So this is a card we'll be making. Again, it's another fun fold. Just wait till you see this one. We've got our little tulips peeking through a little window. When you open it up, it looks like this. And then, ta-da! You are going to need a piece of, and in this case we're using Berry Burst, which is one of the in colors from last year and this year, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and then we scored it at 4 1/4. Then I used the new dynamic, put it through. Then I used the largest circle from our circle framelits to cut out the circle. So that was the base of the card. The inside of the card is actually one of our note cards that comes with envelopes, Whisper White cardstock cut at 7 inches by 5 inches, scored at 3.5 to make our inside card. We also will be using, and I don't know why it is I lose it all the time, we're using a strip of the old olive, and that's cut at, it's 1 1/4 by 4 1/4, but I really think it's 1 1/8, but this is 1 by 4 1/4, 4. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our stamping of our card. We have to be careful because since it opens up this way, we want to make sure that our fold is on this side. So I'm just going to say that so that we do it. I'm going to then use our old olive ink. Put our stems on first. One of the things we want to make sure is that I always want to make sure, if we have that in the middle and we close this, I'm going to put a little bit of a, I'm going to use my nail for a little bit, because I don't have a pencil, so that I want to make sure that our, comes to about here, I want to make sure that our tulips are going to peek through that window pretty well. So I'm going to ink up my stamp here. Okay, I like to put my leaves on after I get the rest of it. Our ink is Berry Burst for our tulips. I showed you on the last 2 videos how to stamp off. Ooh, I'm looking at that. Oh well, is that to stamp off is going to make your bottom layer of the tulip a little bit lighter. So you ink up your stamp, and then you stamp onto a piece of scratch paper, and then you come up and you put your first layer on here. Then you come back and you ink up the second step, because it's a 2-step stamp, which I failed to tell you, and you ink up your second part, which has more details to it, and then you add it to your bottom layer. And there you have it. Again, well, we're not going to use the big one. We're going to use the smaller ones. And again, I'm going to take the base stamp, or the first stamp, I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to put it on my, at a jaunty angle, and then I'll put this other one over here. And there I have my bases finished. Next thing, I'll take my more detailed second part stamp of the 2-step stamping, and I'm going to go over that. Stamp, 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 ink, ink, ink. Okay. I have the little stamens, and there's actually, what I found out, there are 2. So this one that kind of comes at a part here, I'm going to put that one here. Then I'm going to take off that piece, grab the other stand, which I believe is for the smaller one. There it is. Basic black. I just think, I mean, look from this to this. Look at the difference that little bit of black makes. Okay, perfect, as they say on the Three Stooges. Okay, now we're going to add some leaves. Lightly tapping. Put my first one here. And I'm going to take the second one here, which is and then for a little bit of interest, I'm going to have a skinny little stem here, and I'm going to add it. So, yeah, add some color up here. There we go. Do we want, I could put another, but I think that less in this case is going to be more. So here we have our insert. I think it came out better than the last one. Okay, I'm going to take that now. See how we're doing? Oh, just perfect. Take the mono adhesive liquid glue, and that's my glue of choice. And I'm going to make sure that this is centered in the middle of my base cardstock. And open it up. I did use the Berry Burst Again ink for that sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to get out my little strips. And I will stamp with sympathy. Ooh, nice. And then on the inside of the card, we want to make sure that we put the matching sentiment. And I'll read it to you because right now it's backwards. Ink that stamp up. Okay. Oh, this one has it. Did I do that? No, I did that right. Okay, here. Praying that your heart will be lifted by the many loving thoughts that surround you today. So that's the sentiment on the inside. I have the with sympathy here. Adhere this. And where's my Tombow? Right here. And also it's so strong, this glue, that you can just use a little bit and it'll be really great. Okay, it's going to meet at the edges here instead of leaving a little bit. And then I'm going to eyeball it in the middle. Next I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop dot it up. So I'm going to use 3 of these dimensionals here. 1, 2, 3. Give it a little crease because that helps take it off. Close my card. And I'm going to, oops, not put it upside down. Put it between those two. And then we'll adhere the bow right about here. And I have glue dots to do that. It's always best to take your bow or whatever it is that you're putting on and bring it to the glue dot. Peel it off so that you have it. Oops. Okay, I'm going to put it here. Fix up that little bow a little bit more. So there we have it. and it will stay shut. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed these cards as much as I did.